Bulldogs under Ray Stone in his 5th season, assisted by Reggie Jackson in his 3rd, currently find themselves in 2nd place. On the other side, for the Cavaliers, they have Anthony Behringer is in his 1st year, 6th overall as a head coach. The Cavaliers come in 3rd place inside the conference at 9-4 overall. Bulldogs at 8-2 overall. A couple of familiar faces on the bench, though, for the Cavaliers. Ben McCrickard is in his 2nd, and then Ken Otto has been there for 10 seasons. Familiarity there in their program is their head coach, Garrett Jones, had stepped away from coaching to become the athletic director over at Montreat after the end of the last season. And so, typical, you've seen it. The man sitting to my left, Coach Stan Harrison, had done double duty for a number of years in the Appalachian Athletic Conference, but a lot of the athletic directors stepping away from coaching to take on those full-time roles as ADs. I know Tim Curry up at Union is one that was a former coach and now solely in the AD position. And Coach, you did it both ways. It didn't matter to you.
It didn't really matter to me. I did them both for about 11 years, but the whole realm of athletics has changed so much, and there's so much more to being an athletic director now in terms of fundraising, friend raising. So you've got to dedicate a whole lot more time outside the office than we used to.
And that is Coach Stan Harrison, NAIA Hall of Famer, sitting to my left, helping me out on the broadcast here tonight. And this highly anticipated tilt. The Bulldogs of Wesleyan had lost a previous top 3 battle in the AAC to Union. That was their last regular season game in the conference on the road at Union. They lost that one 86-76. Then they had a couple of Christmas break games against LMU, and then also they went up to Carson Newman, which is a familiar foe and goes back to the days of old when Carson Newman and Tennessee Wesleyan used to square off quite a bit. And so those were 2 paycheck games, but they are starting the 2023 portion of their season here at home against Montreat before welcoming Johnson to town on Thursday, and then on the road again at Reinhardt on Saturday. We will have that broadcast with you here on WGSQ WLAR. But this one features 2 teams that are also 2nd and 3rd in points per game. Montreat coach putting up 83 points a game to the 78.3 of Tennessee Wesleyan. Montreat likes to move the ball up and down the floor quite a bit. Wesleyan's going to have to rely defensively a lot on some of their speed as well.
That's true. We've got to defense Montreat well. We really want to get a little bit more of a half-court game with them. I'm not sure we want to run up and down the floor with Montreat tonight.
Montreat also is 2nd in the conference in rebounds per game, 40.3. Wesleyan is 39 even on rebounds per game. So a lot of very eerily similar matchups between these 2 teams and where they stand in the conference rankings as far as stats overall. It is an advantage for Montreat over the last 2 games. They won the game over January 29th over in Black Mountain by 2, 90-88. That was a tough one that came down to the wire. Matt Harper and myself did that one as well. And then they lost in the Appalachian Athletic Conference tournament on the February 24th, 78-74. So Montreat had the last couple. Wesleyan does have a large winning streak of 18 games, but you have to go all the way back to 2016 is when the last win of that matchup came up. So Wesleyan will look to kind of right the ship against the Cavaliers here tonight. Again, Wesleyan 5-0 here at home, 7-2 in the conference. Montreat 7-3 in the conference, and they are 5-1 at home. So you've got a good home team and you've got a good road playing team right here. So this one should live up to quite a bit of hype.
I think it's an important ball game for us especially. You want to try to maintain contact with Union, and being at home against the 2 teams that are closest to them, it's probably really important that we pick up a win here tonight.
Again, Wesleyan trying to get back into the win column. They had dropped that one against Union, and before that they picked up conference wins against Point and Bluefield, one of those being on the road. And Montreat is coming off of one of their best shooting games against Regent University, 52.9%. They also shot that same percentage on the road at Bluefield, which is a tough place to play.
It really is.
And they also, coming off a 100-point game, 107-64, they beat Regent University. And then also 22 assists ties their season high. Bulldogs, their best night of shooting from the free throw line came in that Union game, 83.3%. But they will look to try to continue this successful year that they have had shooting the ball from the field. They've ranked at the top of the conference for a majority of the season, so don't want to put all the kind of kudos to Montreat and what they're doing, because Wesleyan, 47.3 is best in the conference, and they've kind of held that position. They've had multiple guys, 3, 4, even 5 guys at some point, coach, that have averaged over 50% through the season. As a coach, that's got to be a huge relief for you to expect guys and have guys shooting that well.
Absolutely. You not have to rely on just one person, and the other team has to prepare for more than one person, makes a big difference.
You've got Ty Patterson, who leads the team. He's got 15.1 points per game. He's the leading scorer for the Bulldogs. But then you have Elisha Mayberry, who's been having an outstanding year, just under 14 points a game for his average. Jonathan Webb, 10.7 points per game is his average as well. Ray Tyler, 10.2. So a lot of these guys shooting it very well, also putting up a lot of points that will be relied on very heavily here from James L. Robb as they square off against this matchup with the Montreat Cavaliers in Appalachian Athletic Conference play. So we will take a 60-second break here and then bring you the starting lineups. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, Dwayne Farmer Court, Jared Wright, Coach Stan Harrison bringing you the action in this Appalachian Athletic Conference matchup. Cavaliers again under Anthony Behringer, his first season at the helm. They will start number 1, Tyler Rodriguez, a senior forward, 6'4", from Orlando, Florida, averages 9.5 a game. Number 3, another senior guard, 6'2", Mike Flannery from Chicago, Illinois, 5.2 points per game is his average. Number 5, Jamil Wright, a 5'11" junior guard from Atlanta, Georgia, 14.2 is his average. Number 11, Jordan Mays, a 6'3" sophomore guard from Sandersonville, Georgia, 12.1 is his average on the season. And then number 0, I'll apologize to this young man, El Ochukwu Easy. He is a redshirt junior, 6'10" center from Fairview, North Carolina, averages 3.1 points per game. That'll be the starting 5 for the Cavaliers. On the other side for Ray Stone, it'll be number 0, Ty Patterson, 6'4" senior forward from Knoxville, Tennessee, 15.1 is his average, along with 8.6 rebounds per game. Number 3, Ray Tyler, the 6' sophomore guard from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, averaging 10.2 and 41.3 from the field. Number 13, Elisha Mayberry, 6'5" senior guard from Ball Ground, Georgia, averaging just under 14 points per game and along with 7 rebounds per game, and he is top in the conference in three-point shooting, 45.8%. He's one of those 52, almost 53% shooting from the field. Number 20, the young man we talked to at halftime of the women's game, Peyton West, 6' sophomore guard from Monterey, Tennessee, averaging 7.2 points per game. get the offense going in the second half to try to overcome this hurdle. The game has been relatively within one possession every trip down the floor, except for Montreat holding the lead of 5 with 39.3 remaining. Wesleyan did hold the lead 3-2, 6-5, and 15-13. So their largest was 2 of the game, but Montreat has been hovering around that 2 to 3 point lead most of the game. And Wesleyan just could not defensively get some stops when they needed to, but also could not get the offense clicking as well. So we'll see Coach Stone and Coach Jackson making some adjustments, I expect, in the locker room. We'll see how that comes out at halftime. But we're pleased to be joined now by a young lady from the Lady Bulldog basketball team. Very impressive win tonight. McKaylee Martin is joining us, and just kind of never in doubt tonight. Good job to get back on your home floor and pick up a win and not have any kind of hangover from the holidays. What, I guess, from your take of the game, the best thing about the game, some things that y'all might need to work on?
Well, I by far think that was the best defensive game that we've ever played, probably since I've been here. I think he talked a lot about it at halftime. Offensive rebounding, when we're outsized. But once we were pressing them and getting them tired, they got a little exhausted. And, we attacked the boards a lot better in the second half, and I think that gave us a little extra boost that we needed.
You talk about defensively, it was a very impressive game. A team that scores 66 points per game, you hold them to 40 on the night, and kind of use the press a lot to do that. For yourself, well, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about, I can probably guess, and we'll get to that in just a minute, but you come from Sweetwater, just down the road, we'll say just down Highway 11. Let's talk, we've chatted with you before in the past, but kind of recap how you ended up at Tennessee Wesleyan. What made you want to come to Tennessee Wesleyan?
Well, a lot of people know this is my mom's alma mater. This is where she played ball for Coach Harrison, actually. So it was always kind of where I wanted to go. I wanted to follow in her footsteps. And then I played AAU, and I got a few offers, and it actually came down to 2 schools. And don't hate me for saying this, but those 2 schools were Wesleyan and Bryan. And it just kind of fell in my lap. I was like, I can't go to Bryan. I have to go to where my mom went. I can't go to her nemesis over there.
That's exactly right.
So it just happened, but I'm happy with the decision that I made.
Oh, and I think your family's happy too, because yes. I know they're at every game. Your mom, as we were talking about, she came over and talked to Coach Harrison, who I've conned into joining me on the broadcast here from home for the radio games, and she's a Hall of Famer. I was working at Wesleyan when she got inducted into the Hall of Fame. That's Renee Haney-Martin. She was Renee Haney when she was playing here. And so Coach Harrison and her got to chat a little bit here up in the booth, we'll say, at the table. But talk about a little bit about that. Now, obviously, Bryan's close enough, too, that family could. But getting to play at the collegiate level, how much better is it that your family is so close they can come watch you?
It definitely makes a big difference. I'm a family type of girl. I don't like to be away from my mom and daddy. So having them, within reach and just having them here, I like having them here and the support that they give me. So going to a school that was close to home, they get to do that even more than they would have if I went somewhere far away.
Now, with your mom playing here, as we mentioned, for Coach Stan Harrison, being a Hall of Famer, do you feel there's a little more pressure on you for that?
Definitely, but we have discussed it, and she has said, that's not what I want for you. I want you to go and play and be the player that you are. You're not me, and I'm not you either. So it's just, I just go out there and play, and I try to make her proud of me, though. I want her to think, oh yeah, she's gonna beat me, or she's gonna be in the Hall of Fame next to me one day. I want her to think that, but I don't have to get there. If I never make it there, I will be happy with what I do.
Now, has she taken the opportunity to give you any pointers of, game?
Every game. Okay. Every single game. Every game. Car ride home, the whole ride home. But I love it. I would rather her do that than totally ignore me and not help me at all. So.
Talk a little bit about essentially playing at Sweetwater. That's a local team, we'll say. Abby Barr, one of your teammates, playing here as well. But I've asked Jordan Wright this question because she is now I think the lone Chargerette on this team. But there's a lot of you girls that have played against each other at the high school level. How has that been for you all, kind of adjusting, maybe from rivals, especially the Meigs County quartet there? How's that been for you all?
Yeah, I will say I don't think we've had really any issues. I think, a lot of us played AAU together, or we've played against each other in high school, so we know how each other plays. So I think it's actually worked to our benefit because I think we played pretty well together. So we've not had any issues as far as, we don't really talk about it. We're all Bulldogs now, so that's all that matters.
That's a good way to be. And credit to Coach Rice. I mean, he does recruit. We give him a hard time. He recruits in the 423 area code. He'll step out into 865 every now and then. But he does it for several different reasons. I know one of those is allowing local talent that we have to be able to come play close to where their families can come watch, which is huge because it gets a crowd into James L. Robb to watch them. So, but it's good that you all have kind of separated the high school days and can kind of gel together pretty good. So, let's talk a little bit. You're a student athlete, of course. So, what is Michaela? What are you studying? What do you want to do after your playing days are done?
My major is pre-occupational therapy. So once I finish here, I'll have to go get my master's at the Knoxville campus, Tennessee Wesleyan Knoxville campus, and I hope to be a pediatric occupational therapist. So.
I know that right there is going to have a lot of studying on top of all the basketball you got going on.
Yes.
So, is there kind of something that made you want to go that route? Is that something you've always wanted to do?
Well, when I first was deciding, I wanted to do athletic training because I was like, I want to stay involved in sports. And then I kind of strayed away from that, thought about physical therapy, which they're very similar, physical and occupational therapy are. But just, I like rehab. I like helping people, get back to what they were. So, yeah, I guess I wanted to do something in the medical field, but I knew I didn't want to do nursing at all. So that was just one of the options that I felt was the right fit for me.
Well, it sounds like you've got a great future ahead of you. Talk a little bit about your opinion on the season. I know we talked about the win tonight, but you got Johnson coming to town on Thursday, going to Reinhardt on Saturday. How do you all keep this going for the Lady Bulldogs?
Well, Coach Rice talked about it after the game. He said, we have a chance to win every single ball game the rest of the season. And, there were some in the past that we should have won that we didn't win, and there were some that we won that we probably shouldn't have won. But, I just think we got to keep each other's spirits up, keep encouraging each other. I think tonight was a huge boost in our confidence, playing a team like Montreat and then going in to play Johnson on Thursday and then playing a tough Reinhardt team on Saturday. I think we just got to keep our team chemistry together and just help each other out any way we can.
I'm going to ask this one. This might be a loaded question, but is there any stories you've heard from your mom's playing days that, you've kind of used, or maybe anything you've heard about Coach Harrison? I'm wanting to know what stories he might have for you that you don't know about your mom.
She really doesn't talk about it that much. The overall aspect I get is he was mean. That's what she said. He was mean. He was just mean. And our practices were hard, and she said something about one game. I think it was at Bluefield, and she talks about playing in that gym all the time, and she didn't like playing in that gym. And she said something like she hurt her finger or something, and she needed to come out like she thought it was broken. It was just hanging there, and she was like, Coach, I need to come out. And he was like, no, you don't. You're staying in. You're fine. You can handle it. And she said, I stayed in. He didn't take me out. So.
Bluefield is a tough place to play. I'll give you that. I don't know if Coach wants to vouch for himself on that one or not, but
I'd say everything she said's true. But ask her the second question. Did I get the best out of her? I may have been tough, but did I get the most out of her and her abilities? That's the question.
I'm sure you did.
I don't think her picture would be hanging in the Hall of Fame at the end of the gym if you hadn't done that as a coach and her as a player adapting to that and listening to it. So it's always good to see, former players, kids come back and play, and I think it's a sense of pride, obviously, for you and your family and everything that means. And it's great just to have you join us once again. So best of luck the rest of the season. So we'll see you here and there, different places, but we appreciate you joining us, and good luck against Johnson, and we'll see you on the road at Reinhardt on Saturday. So.
Sounds good. Thank you guys for having me.
Good luck.
Thank you. So Coach didn't want to throw you under the bus right there, but
That's
I had to get some stories right there. But
there's a lot of stories that Renee and I can't share.
I saw you two talked during the halftime of the women's game earlier, and so her parents were sitting to our left there. Renee's parents were, and so she is one of the Hall of Famers here. And as a coach, I want to talk to you about that. As a coach, you've had numerous Lady Bulldogs come back, be inducted into the Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you as a coach, even still to this day, having them come back and be inducted?
Oh, it's extremely special to me to be able to recognize what they accomplished and what they did for the school while they were here. And it was about them. It was about how hard they worked and what they accomplished as both students and as athletes. To be able to talk to them, see them, talk to them about what they've accomplished since they left here, and to be able to recognize them is a special treat for me.
And I'm sure it's always good reminiscing about those stories that you can look back on and laugh now. And at that moment, they might have been mad at you.
The unbelievable record that Renee, her mother, holds is that in 4 years here, Renee started every game that she in their 4 years. Holds the record for most games played, which is 132 games in a 4-year career, and started every one of them. Never missed a game for illness or injury.
That is unreal. Unreal. You don't see those numbers nowadays. Probably a record that won't be broken for quite some time. So, well, we are still at halftime. Let's take a 30-second break, and then we'll bring you some first-half stats real quick. Back in 30 seconds. WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Back here at James L. Robb. And Coach, you want to look at the team stats for us there real quick?
Sure. Scored halftime, Montreat 29, Tennessee Wesleyan 26. Montreat with 11 of 31 from the field for 35%, while Tennessee Wesleyan 10 of 33 for 30%. Montreat 2 of 13 on 3 for 15%. Tennessee Wesleyan 3 of 13 for 23%. Montreat a perfect 5 for 5 at the free throw line. Tennessee Wesleyan just 3 of 7. There's your difference. We got to hit our free throws. We'd have the lead just 42.9% at the free throw line. Tennessee Wesleyan 6 turnovers to Montreat's 4. Montreat 7 points off of our 6 turnovers, while we had 5 off of their 4 turnovers. Rebounding, total rebounds, we out-rebound them 22 to 15.
That's kind of an impressive number when they've got the big man EZ down there, but he also didn't play a whole lot with 2 fouls, so he was kind of on the bench a little bit more than they probably expected. But out of the halftime break, it's Mays leading the all scores with 11. Pride has 8 for the Bulldogs. Ray Tyler has 7, so that's your leading scores currently. And it is Tennessee Wesleyan's ball out of the halftime break, trailing by 3, 29 to 26. Patterson with it, trying to feed it baseline to Ray Tyler. It's deflected. Tyler ends up with it. Shot clock again down to 3. Patterson forces a shot from the left wing, no good. Easy gets the rebound. And Peyton West about knocked it away, couldn't do it. West, Tyler, Mayberry, Pride, and Patterson, the starting 5 back out there for the Bulldogs. Ray Tyler just rips it away from Jordan Mays. And now West loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds off of Tennessee Wesleyan. At least the officials say that. West felt it went off of the defender and Jamil Wright.
He and I would be in agreement on that.
Yep, I would too, the way it was deflected. It wasn't that bad of a pass. It's Wright, Rodriguez, Mays, Flannery, and EZ. Now Wright takes the drive, misses the shot, but he'll get the foul.
Once again, we let him get all the way to the basket.
And Kobe Pride's going to pick up his second, team first of the half.
Certainly not his man, but he's got to help
Yep.
once he gets to the goal, and he ends up with the foul.
Jamil Wright at the line. Misses the first one, so Wesleyan catches a break there. Definitely not a game they're at. It just kind of got to shoot the ball a little bit better, get some open looks, but also got to play defense. I mean, it's both ends of the floor. Wesleyan's having to make some adjustments.
We've had a lot of possessions where we're having to force a shot up at the end of the shot clock.
Yes.
Need to be able to offensive ball and get better looks.
First points of the second half come to Montreat at the free throw line. 4-point lead for them. Now West has to save it and throws it right into the hands of Flannery. Flannery now driving. Drops it to Mays. Mays goes in. Patterson is straight up, but turned his body, looks like is what they're going to call him with. And that's going to be the second on Wesleyan so far in the half, and Patterson's going to pick up his third. 26-32. Still under 2 minutes played so far. 6-point lead for the Cavaliers.
Not to start we needed.
Definitely
begin
not.
The second half.
Coming out cold offensively and defensively. 7-point lead for Montreat.
They're doing a really good job offensively, pushing us out away from the basket and taking us out of what we want to do.
West misses a three on the left wing. It's Flannery now with it. Goes all the way inside, throws up a prayer. It hits off the side of the backboard and goes out of bounds. So that's a stop off a uncharacteristic shot there. A little moisture on the floor, 18-20. Still not to the 2-minute mark. Full court pressure being shown by Montreat. Got Mays and Flannery up top. Hovering around midcourt is Rodriguez and Wright. West with the ball. Loses the handle after he hit the deck, and then he's going to foul Mays as Mays makes the bucket. Wesleyan might need a timeout here.
I started to say, I believe we need a timeout.
So West is going to pick up his second. He still had his dribble, just kind of got there, and Coach Stone does, rightfully so, take a timeout to talk this one over. He'll discuss it with his team trailing 35-26. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
At Simmons Bank.
WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Jared Wright, Coach Stan Harrison here. As Wesleyan still struggling offensively. They've got to get something going here. But they have put Mays back at the line on a three-point play opportunity. As he does lead all scorers with 16 points, and he's perfect. 7 of 7 now from the line.
And they opened the half at this point on a 7-0 run.
10-point lead, the largest of the night. For either team. Now Tyler kicks it out to Patterson. Patterson thought about baseline. Instead, now Ray Tyler will take a three from the left side and still cannot get the lid off the basket. Couple of good looks, just nothing there. Now Flannery hits the deck. Ball's still on the ground. Ray Tyler comes sliding in, trying to get it. He somehow gets it to Elisha Mayberry to Peyton West. Layup on the right side looked good, but it's a followed up there by...
Nice follow-up by Mayberry.
Mayberry. Could have been a goaltending on that one, but 17 and a half to play, and it's an 8-point game. It's probably the most intense possession we've seen Tennessee Wesleyan have so far. Need a lot of that energy to continue.
I thought the interesting part of that possession was when Ty and Flannery ended up on the floor and they're
again
scrambling for the ball again. So at least they both came out clean.
Yep. Now Flannery takes it on the right side, missed it. West clears it out to Patterson. Patterson near corner. It comes to Ray Tyler. Inside Pride. Bounce pass feed to Ray Tyler. Reverse layup is good. Going to need to see a lot more of that right there. Ray Tyler moving without the ball very well. Getting himself free for a good shot. Wright traveled with it. Wanted the contact foul, but that one.
That'd be something there.
Yeah. Wright now with it back out just inside the arc. Takes a long two. 38-30 still. Cavaliers in front. Ray Tyler calling it out. Working against Jamil Wright. Gets it to Patterson. Top of the key to Pride. Now to Ray Tyler. One's got to finally go, and there it is. Wesleyan has been itching to get that one made. And now Cavaliers turn it over. They step on the out-of-bounds line right in front of the Wesleyan bench. Wesleyan, a huge opportunity here as Mays will check out of the ballgame. That's a guy that they are glad to see go to the bench. He's got 17 points to lead all scores. 12 points for Ray Tyler.
But his coach is clearly not happy with it.
No, definitely not.
Must have been on the defensive end.
Ray Tyler gets by Rivera momentarily. Short baseline jumper rattles it home. Ray Tyler's got the hot hand. He's made the last 7 points for the Bulldogs. And it's a 3-point game. Rodriguez misses the three. EZ gets the rebound. Pulls it down, but Pride takes it away as he tries to pass it out. Up to Mayberry. Rodriguez all over Mayberry. Euro step through the lane, and the Bulldogs are within one. 38-37. Battled back. Just a matter of time, I guess. Well, they need another big defensive stand here.
It started on
Rivera
the defensive end.
Slipped. Mayberry picks up the loose ball. It's a 2-on-1 break. Mayberry double clutches, missed the layup. Could have dished that one off and had an easy lay-in. Now Flannery in transition, a three.
Wide open three.
Rattles it home. And they're going to stop play just to clean up some moisture on the floor. Officials stopping it. 15 minutes to play. Back in front is Montreat by 4. So the Bulldogs have cut it to 1.
And had a layup opportunity.
Yeah. Chance to take it.
2-on-1. I'd like to have seen him give it up early and maybe get it back. I held on to it too long. Then they took the angle away. He tried to take a goal himself, just wasn't able to finish.
So Flannery is out. He's the second leading scorer for the Cavs at 10 points. West on the left wing. Mayberry coming off a backside screen. Gets it into the low block. Pump fake, kick out Patterson for 3. Off the back iron, ball ends up into the hands of EZ. Left open, but just couldn't knock it down.
Yeah, like to have answered there.
41-37 the score. Bulldogs trying to battle back and make it a sweep of Montreat on the night. Wright loses his footing again. They cleaned up the moisture, but that part of the floor is still slick. Patterson battling with Murray, and that one goes out of bounds off of Murray. They're going to clean it up again. So Wesleyan, another chance to cut it to a one-possession game or, get the rare 4-point play opportunity. Get fouled by knocking down a 3. First, got to start making them.
Yeah, I'll take anything we can make.
Peyton West up the far side of the floor working against Jamil Wright. Drops it back to Pride from just at the free throw line. Pride didn't look like he was comfortable with that shot the entire way.
He hasn't been comfortable on offense all night.
Murray picks up the dribble on the left wing, gets it to Rodriguez. Ray Tyler picks his pocket. Wesleyan doesn't have numbers, but Ray Tyler's going to take it all the way in for the score. 2-point deficit once again, 41-39. Wesleyan can use some more defensive stops like that one. West guarding right. Ray Tyler helps cut off the baseline. Tries to poke it away from behind, but Wright gets around Easy. Now it's poked away. Patterson slings it over to Ray Tyler off the tip. Ray Tyler, shovel pass out to West for three. Can't get that one to go, and this one's going to be a foul here on Montreat.
It's on Murray. Nope, call it on 10.
Rivera.
Call it on Rivera.
Going to pick up that one. That's their first foul of the half. So here comes Mays and Flannery, the two leading scorers, back for the Montreat. And Wesleyan, see, the shot clock should stay at
20.
Oh, it's going to go to 20.
Goes to 20 on the foul on the half court.
Yep. So it'll be Ray Tyler keying it in. Wesleyan boxed around the lane into Pride. Takes a long two. Shot off the mark. Mays pulls in the rebound.
Again, doesn't set himself. Doesn't get ready to take the shot.
Now Mays is going to draw the foul against Peyton West, his third. Fourth on the team. Rozier back in. And it's almost like he's leaning one way or the other.
It never gets squared up.
Yep,
never gets squared up to the basket.
So that's two missed shots. He'll take a breather. Ball in the hands of Mays, gets it into Rivera. Rivera working against Rozier. Now Mays around the paint. Forced a shot, no good. Rivera gets the offensive board, but then it's knocked out of bounds off of Rivera. So 24, Colby Billingsley will check in, 6-foot junior guard from Sweetwater, Tennessee. He'll
First
replace
action
West.
tonight, isn't it?
Yep, it is. So he will check in, replacing Peyton West. Looks like Mays is guarding him. Mayberry, right wing, trying to get around the screen from Patterson. Goes left side. Lay-in is good. Not
Going
enough.
to his left, put it back in with the right hand. Really nice move.
41 all with 13 to play. Now Mays takes it, and he's going to get free throw opportunities. And this one's going to be on Mayberry, his second. So that's going to send Mays to the line. And Mays is perfect, 7 of 7 from the line tonight, 5 of 9 from the floor. It's a guy that averages just under 60% from the line on the season. He's made up for it tonight.
He's had a great night tonight.
Makes this one.
The announcer's jinx isn't working.
I'm trying every time, Coach. I'm trying every time. It has yet to work. Now Mays with his second one. Still can't get it to fall out for him. Now Ray Tyler with it. 2-point lead. Three-pointer off the mark. Patterson battling for the rebound. It goes out of bounds off of him as Billingsley had missed the three from the near corner. It'll be Murray to key it in to Wright. 2-point lead. Wright shovels it out. Now Murray on the right wing. Skip pass back out front. It comes to Jamil Wright. Now Mays cuts inside on the drive. Layup, no good. Rozier and Patterson battle for it. Now Ray Tyler in the near corner. Steps to the side to pull a three. In and out it goes. Billingsley with a big rebound and a putback. Knots it up at 43 all. And the fans on the far side cheer for Colby Billingsley on that one.
I believe he's a crowd favorite.
He is. A lot of the several members of the women's team over there. Right pull-up jumper, and just right like that, Montreat answers back and regains the lead, 45-43. It's one of those possessions where Wesleyan needs to get a stop after they tie it up so they can come down and get the lead. Patterson misses the floater in the lane.
Yeah, we can't get over the hump.
Yep.
We've been able to get back even a couple times, but we just can't get the lead.
Right on the near side. He'll pull it back, reset. Shot clock under 20. Goes inside. Rivera kind of right there with him. Now Mays, a corner three, drills it. And that's going to give him a 5-point lead, and Coach Behringer wants to talk it over with his team up 48-43. We'll be back. Timeout on the floor. Back in 60 seconds. Dogs have not been able to stop Jordan Mays, who has tied his at least Montreat career high of 22 points in non-exhibition games. He did have 28 against Wofford back December 17th, but he had 22 against Point University November 12th. And so the Bulldogs offensively started to find some life, looking to get it again. Ray Tyler hit hard, and they're going to get a 10-second call in the backcourt on the Bulldogs. Ray Tyler double team, just had no help, nobody to get the ball to. And so it'll be a turnover here for Tennessee Wesleyan. 11:08 to play, 5-point game, 48-43.
Somebody's got to be there for a release valve.
Yep.
Get the ball out to him. He's getting double, so somebody's got to be open.
Mays out front, gets it to Rivera. Now back to Mays near wing. Top of the key to Flannery. Working from the NAIA logo is right, calling for a screen. Rivera sets it for him. Now Wright takes a deep three, missed it. That's going to be a push in the back there. Wesleyan able to draw the foul on the rebound. Patterson draws it against Murray, his second, team second. Full court pressure. Ray Tyler's going to be the guy they're keying in on. Patterson and Mayberry. Patterson back to Mayberry. Mayberry into the lane, 15-footer, trying to feed it to Rozier. Gets it, and he gets slapped on the hand by Flannery. Came down hard with it. Easy call for the official to make. That's going to be his third. They need to get Mays, and he's only got one foul. Get him out of the ball game a little bit, but Billingsley inbounds it to Patterson. Skies for it, feed into Rozier. Back to the basket. Nice turning hook shot is made.
Got to have some stops.
3-point deficit. 10:25 to play. Wright gets to the right side of the lane. He backs it out, gets it to Flannery. Flannery's three, in and out. Murray, though, comes across the lane for the offensive board. Overplayed by Tyler, but a three missed there by Wright on the putback. Patterson head up looking, gets it over to Mayberry. Mayberry cannot get by Rivera. Good body size on Rivera, preventing that one. Looks like a fullback out there. Now the inside pass is poked away by Murray.
Turnover.
Another missed opportunity. Wright blocked by Mayberry. Patterson behind the back, quickly up to Ray Tyler in the near corner, goes baseline, cut off, out to Billingsley for three. In and out it goes. Ball's tipped up into the hands of Flannery, though.
Good looking shot. Not halfway down, just wouldn't stay.
9.5 to play. Mays in the lane. He's going to get fouled by Rozier. At least Darius only picking up his first one there, but foul's starting to add up on the Bulldogs. One more, and Montreat will be in the bonus. Coach Stone back here coaching Ray Tyler. What to do right there. Didn't like that possession offensively. Mays still at the line. Perfect 9 for 9. Let's see if we can make it 10 for 10. There it is.
Finally.
It just took all night. Took all night. Kobe Pride back in. Peyton West back in for Tennessee Wesleyan. Rivera and Flannery out for Montreat. EZ along with 22 Sias back in. So Mays taking his time at the line. Makes the second one. 4-point lead, 49-45. 9:25 to play. Wesleyan has only had 3 leads in this ball game, and they were all early part of the first half. Feed up to Mayberry. Trying to get it out somewhere. Patterson catches it between the circles. West now with it out front. Coach Stone calling it out. Murray guarding West.
Double high screen at the top of the key.
That's West going right side of it, trying to feed it to Pride. And it's knocked away.
Trying to get the pick and roll and just didn't get it.
Another chance to get a stop here. Moore back into the game for Montreat. Wright takes a three and drills it. This Montreat team
They've shot extremely well.
Knocking down everything. Ray Tyler out front. Gets it to West, now to Patterson, moving it around the perimeter. Mayberry trying to feed it over to Pride, had it deflected by EZ. EZ drops it back to Murray, loses it momentarily, but gets it. 8:22 to play. Hardrick coming back to the scores table for the Bulldogs. Moore stopped right in front of Ray Tyler, had to regain control. Out to Murray for three, open again, missed it. Mayberry corrals the long one. Pushing the pace up the floor. It goes out of bounds off of Montreat. 8:01 exactly to play. Hardrick checks in for Mayberry. Mayberry with 7 points. It's been a very quiet 7 points for Elisha Mayberry.
Only 3 of 8 from the field and 0 for 3 on threes.
That was the commentator's curse, talking about him being the top shooting three-point shooter in the league pregame. No, my fault. Tyler, left side, gets it up to West, going to take the triple. Off the right side, no good. Pride gets the offensive board, and that one surely finally draws a whistle. Pride will step to the line as Sias picks up his first. Team fourth. So Kobe Pride at the line. Chance to get into double figures if he can knock these two down. Makes the first one. 52-46. 7:49 to play in this Appalachian Athletic Conference matchup. Missed that one short. Moore with the rebound, and he's going to push the pace. Gets all the way into the lane. Now dishes it out to Wright. West cuts him off from driving. Now Murray trying to drive. West right there on his hip. Sias, a baseline feed over to EZ. Now they kick it outside again to Moore. Moore goes baseline, and Circus shot, and a foul is going to bail him out.
Pride's got to step out and help there.
Yep. So that's on Hardrick's third, team seventh, and so there's the bonus for the rest of the game for Montreat. It'll send Moore to the line, 33% shooter on the season, so that's a guy you do want to see at the line if you're going to put somebody there. Flannery back in, he'll replace Murray. So Moore, another opportunity. Rivera coming right back to the scorer's table. 7:27 to play. And Moore missed both. Wesleyan catches a break. He couldn't get the rebound, but it goes out of bounds off of Montreat.
Yeah, we didn't box out, but they knocked it out.
And our next Wesleyan broadcast will be Saturday at Reinhardt, as both teams make the trip down to Waleska. Inbounds comes up to Ray Tyler, cut off in the low block. Peyton West back to Ray Tyler in the near corner. Three-pointer, in and out. Patterson gets the rebound, out to Ray Tyler again. They'll reset. Ray Tyler trying to take Rivera off the dribble, gets the bucket and the foul. Ray Tyler with an outstanding drive. That one's going to be on the right, his third.
He knew what he wanted. He was waving everybody out of the lane, giving him opportunity to drive.
He took on Rivera, who's got the size over him, 6'4", and built like a fullback. And he converts the old-fashioned three-point play, and it's down to a three-point game.
Again,
that's exactly right. Feel like a broken record. We've said it numerous times. It really only got above three late the final minute of the first half. Now this pass is deflected by Pride out of bounds. But it was an early start that Montreat rattled off a double-digit lead here in the second half, got it up to 10, but then Wesleyan has chipped back at it. Tied it up twice here in the second half. We just cannot overcome that hurdle of getting into the lead. So it'll be Montreat ball underneath, 6:51 to play, three-point game. Inbounds comes to Rivera. Gets it back to Mays. Mays takes a drive, and that one, it's just Jordan Mays' night. As that one rolls around the rim, he's got his season high of 25. Now Hardrick on the left wing gets it over to inside. It is fed to Pride. He draws the foul. This one is going to be on 10. Rivera. Wesleyan quickly answering back.
Mays is certainly a difference in the game. Got 25 on a 12-point average.
Kind of came out of nowhere. That also is kind of the case at Union. They had a guy that had not played all year, came out of nowhere as Pride makes three-point play. And it's a two-point game. 54-52. Union had a guy that had not played all year, and he made up for lost time. Missed shot by Montreat, as Mays hit the deck. Transition, Wesleyan a chance. They can tie it up or take the lead. It's Ray Tyler with it on the right wing. Feed into Pride, loses the handle. It goes out of bounds off of Montreat. Well, no, they're going to say it. Well, the officials are talking about it. Pride thought it went off of the Montreat player. Let's see if they will. It will be Wesleyan's ball. Whew. Good conference by the officials. Overturned that one. So it'll be Wesleyan ball underneath. 6:04 to play. Tyler keying it in. Gets it into Hardrick, far corner. Back out front it comes to West. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Down low, Patterson. Trying to work back to the basket, out to West. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Takes a deep three and missed it. Flannery gets the rebound, and Hardrick's going to shadow him up the floor. Still a lot of time in this ball game. Wesleyan guarding Jamil Wright. Takes a long two, missed it. Pride with a big board. That's Pride's 6th rebound of the evening. Hardrick inside, gets stuck, and jump ball will give it back to Montreat. So possession arrow will flip to the Bulldogs here. 5:28 to play.
Hardwick tried to force it a little bit too much there.
It's one of those things they can tell just as much as we can. They're nearing, trying to get over that hump. Sometimes you get going too quick and force something. Mayberry coming back to the scorer's table at the next whistle. He'll be in. Wright taking on West. West right there with him. Kick out to Flannery. Now it's Mays who's got the hot hand of the night. Started by Patterson. Shot starting to miss, but here's an offensive board by Rivera. Gets it into Mays.
And
there it is. Hardrick draws the foul on the and one. And not able to get the rebound there. Caused Wesleyan some problems having to scramble around defensively. It's a 4-point game. Mayberry back in, Hardrick out. So Mays at the line, 27 points on the night, 10 of 11 from the line. It's 8 of 14 from the field. And he rattles this one in. 57-52.
leads back to 5.
Just like that. 2-possession game. Bulldogs looking around as we go under 5 minutes to play. West with it out front, guarded by Mays. Mayberry gets a screen from Pride, goes opposite side of it. Now Patterson with it. They're going to get a foul inside. Pride's getting held the entire time. They finally get Rodriguez with that one. That's 1-on-1 opportunity for Kobe Pride coming his way. Coach Behringer getting the explanation on that one. But Kobe Pride will be at the line. He's got 12 points on the evening. 6 rebounds. Leading rebounder for the Bulldogs is Mayberry and Patterson with 8 apiece. Free throws are so key down the stretch in a game like this. Especially when you've been struggling from the field.
You've got to hit your free throws down the stretch, especially in this situation.
And it's one that has plagued Wesleyan in some of their earlier games this season. Luckily, they've shot well enough from the field. And for the best shooting team in the conference, 47%. They are not close to that tonight. Officials, I think, talking to Rivera and Patterson. Maybe Rivera.
What's it, Rivera?
Pride misses the second one. And commentator's curse, talking about the free throws. Right, left side. 4.5 to go and a 4-point lead for the Cavaliers. Mays drives in and 3 Bulldogs converge on it. It'll be Pride that picks up his third foul on the call. That's going to send Mays right back to the line. And Montreat has relied everything on Mays. Like you said, Coach, if it wasn't for him, this game would be completely different. Because nobody else. They've got 2 other guys in 10 points, but Flannery and Wright.
They've been there for a long time.
Yep. 12-point average. 28 on the night for Jordan Mays. And he misses both free throws. Wesleyan a huge break right there. As West brings it up the floor. Gets it to Ray Tyler on the left wing. Out front it comes to Pride. Now they flip it right side of the floor to Mayberry. Top of the key to West. Patterson catches the pass. Now he'll take it off the dribble. Mayberry steps up for a 3. Short on it. Ball ends up into the hands of Rivera. Mayberry not shooting it well from outside at all tonight.
Not at all.
0 of 4.
Not at all.
Right in the lane. That's a double dribble. And that one is called very quickly by the crowd and the officials. 3:53 to play and a 4-point lead for Montreat. Don't want to sound like no possession's big, but every possession Wesleyan continues to have offensively is a big one. Patterson inside, strong, missed it. Mayberry though with the putback.
Good hustle there by Mayberry, getting it to go and getting it back, put back.
Can't hit it from outside, get inside and follow the shots. He does. It's a 2-point game once again. 57-55. Well under the averages of both teams. Right with it, working against West. Hesitation dribble. Kicks it out to Rodriguez. Now Wright with it out front. Finds Rodriguez on the right side. Missed it. Mayberry pulls down the backside rebound. Here we go again, Coach. Another opportunity to take the lead. Or at least tie it up.
They're doing a good job closing out on tie out high.
Mayberry gets to the rim but missed the shot. Goes down kind of awkwardly on his wrist, it looks like. Rodriguez picks up his third. Team 8th of the half. Both teams, of course, in the bonus. So Mayberry will step to the line. Big free throws right here for the senior from Ball Ground, 81.8% on the season. Chance to get into double figures. Misses the first one, 2:55 to play. Moore back in for Rodriguez. Flannery will take his position on the low block rebounding. Rozier coming back to the scorer's table. He's got the shooter in Mayberry. 57-55. Make that 57-56 as Mayberry does knock that one down. Mayberry will exit Rozier into the ball game.
Assuming a little defense for offense substitution there.
I would agree. The size of Mayberry matches, or with Rozier matches up with Flannery or Rivera pretty well. Wright controlling the point from the Bulldog logo at midcourt. 2:42 to play. 57-56. Mays with it. Gets a screen from Rivera and takes it. Might have gotten bailed out with a call on that one. Fall away jumper. That one's going to be on Patterson, his 4th. And that puts them in the double bonus. And so it's going to be Mays once again at the charity stripe. 2.5 to play. It would still keep it a one-possession game even if he knocks down both of them. He does convert the first. 58-56. Next McMinn County broadcast will be on Friday night when Ray County comes to town here on WJSQ, WLAR. Little district matchup there. Mays misses the second one. Rozier able to get the rebound, clears it out to Patterson. 2.5 to play. This one coming down to the wire. West gets a call from Coach Stone, and he'll signal it out. Patterson on the right wing got a mismatch against Moore. Ray Tyler left wing. Pride has it deflected away by Flannery. And they knew where that one was going.
Got a bounce pass there. Straight line pass inside and won't get it.
Now EZ coming back in. He'll replace Moore. That's definitely a defensive substitution there.
We're a big team now with those three on the front line.
In that comes to West. West gets a screen from Rozier. Near corner, it's Ray Tyler. A little stutter step, gets a man off of him, and he drills it! Ray Tyler gives the Bulldogs the lead, 59-58 with 2 to play. Finally. Now they've got to get a stop inside. Missed shot there. And this one's going to be a foul on Wesleyan. That's going to be Kobe Pride's 4th.
And they're on a double bonus.
Yep, so it'll be 2 free throws for EZ. 35.7% shooter on the season. They definitely held, not that he's a big scorer, 3 points per game, but just the size, they've kind of held him in check inside, but they made it. Almost
well, it
just
wasn't
throwing
pretty, but it went in.
Almost just throwing it straight in. They just have yet to stop Jordan Mays too much. And he's a guy that has given Montreat all of their offense. Cleaning up some more moisture. 1:54 to play, 59-59. EZ at the line. Chance to give Montreat the lead right back. Short air ball. That's the
that outcome looked more like the shot.
Yeah. That was going to be the expectation I had when he stepped to the line with that shot, but it's going to be a timeout on the floor. Tie ball game 59 all with 1:54 to play. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back here from Tennessee Wesleyan, where we are knotted up at 59 all with 1:54 to play. Bulldogs will have it offensively. Chance to take the lead right back. They've had it now 4 times on the evening, no more than 3 points. The other 3 times being 1-point leads. Mayberry, Patterson, West, Ray Tyler, and Pride out there for the Bulldogs. Ray Tyler poked by Wright, but able to stay with it. Left side, Mayberry thought about the baseline. Rivera cuts him off, though. Now he stays with it. Has it poked away, loses it. Ball still on the ground. Now Rivera picks it up. So a missed opportunity there, but got to buckle down defensively as we're under a minute and a half. Wright around the big screen from EZ. Now Rivera left open for 3. Short on that one, and that's going to be a foul against Mays as he hit the deck. Got tangled up with Peyton West, and that one's huge. May's slow to get up. And he's confused on how the foul was on him, but he took Peyton West to the ground with him. So West should be the one getting free throws. Young man we chatted with at halftime from transfer in from Vol State. 113, Peyton West stepping to the line, 75% shooter on the season. Chance to give Wesleyan the lead back.
Unfortunately, it's still 1-1.
Yep. They've still not let Peyton West step to the line. Mays has only got 2 fouls. But I guess they're going to get him out. They stopped the game for the injury, essentially.
Right.
So they will get Darius Bryant back into the game from Lexington, South Carolina.
It's like lower back.
That's, the way he landed. It's been about the only thing to stop him tonight. West knocks down the first free throw to give the Bulldogs the lead, 60-59. 1:13 to play. Makes that one. That's a 2-point lead. Still not a moment of relief yet for the Bulldogs, though. 1:13, a lot to play.
I think they're getting easy out of the game to avoid the hack-a-shack.
Yep. Definitely that was the man you wanted to send to the line. Rivera at the elbow. Bounce pass feed on the baseline. Sails out of bounds.
Turned it over. Now you need to convert.
We've not mentioned it, but Jonathan Webb, you kind of noticed, is in street clothes tonight. That's kind of a big key of this Wesleyan offense and defense that's missing tonight. So Bulldogs having to do a lot of this without Jonathan Webb, the senior from Alcoa. Wesleyan gets the ball to Peyton West. Under 60 seconds we go. Patterson gets it. Back to West it goes. Now Mayberry to Patterson. They're just going to try to keep it away from Montreat a little bit here. Still will have to take a shot, and for a team that's had several shot clock violations, that could be key. Now West saw Ray Tyler open, but 3 Montreat players are in the way.
Yeah, there wasn't anything there.
No. 35 seconds to play. A 2-point game with the Bulldogs in front. Moore cuts inside. They work it around the perimeter, right with it. Mayberry puts a hand in his face. Right going by. Reverse layup is good. And knocks it up at 61 all.
If we can take care of the ball, though, we should get the last shot.
Under 20 seconds to play. Knot it up at 61 all. And Coach Stone wants to talk it over. He'll take a 60-second timeout. We're knotted up at 61. We'll take it with him. Back in 60 seconds. That's what I just asked you during the commercial break, Coach. Where would you go? And conclusion was try to get it into the post to Ty Patterson. Ray Tyler gets the inbounds. 10 seconds to go. Ray Tyler, Patterson trying to come get a screen set. Ray Tyler with the ball, gets it to Mayberry. Off the mark. And nothing's going to happen, and we're going to get some free basketball here from James L. Robb as we stay knotted up at 61 all. As we head to an overtime period.
Elijah hadn't made one on that. I thought he was going to make that. I thought he'd finally get one.
I was hoping it was going to happen, but it just did not work out. So we'll take a 30-second break here before we start the overtime period. Back from Wesleyan in 30 seconds. WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee. Jared Wright and Coach Stan Harrison here from James L. Robb. Well, we need at least 5 more minutes. We'll see what happens. Wesleyan had the offensive possession with 15 seconds left. Just Coach really didn't get anything going inside to try to draw some contact.
No, that's why I was hoping to try to get the ball down inside, see if they could draw a foul, get to the free throw line, maybe win it there. End up just taking pretty much a forced 3 out of the corner.
So these teams will jump it off once again at midcourt. It'll be Pride, Patterson, Tyler, and Mayberry and West out there for the Bulldogs. Moore, Easy, Wright, Flannery, and Rivera out there. Mays still limping on the sideline. Wesleyan's trainer Kelly Seekins out there had checked on him a little bit, but he's just kind of walking it back and forth on the bench, it looks like. She's now back on the Wesleyan sideline. Wesleyan will still be moving right to left. I believe the fouls stay the same, correct? Or at least
yes.
the scoreboard, yep.
Yes.
So both teams will stay in the bonus that they're in. Tip goes to Montreat, and if that ball, Flannery able to chase it down, it was about to go out of bounds to Wesleyan off the tip. Moore controlling the point. Ray Tyler guarding him. Moore goes to the baseline, gets cut off. Trying to find some help outside. He gets it to Jamil Wright. West guarding him. Steps into a 3. Off the right side of the rim, it comes to Ray Tyler. So the Bulldogs chance to take the first points of the overtime period here offensively. Screen for Ray Tyler, gets Mayberry open for 3, and this time he drills it.
Finally we hit one.
Had one at the end of regulation, but couldn't knock it down. This time he converts it. And Elisha Mayberry in at 13 points so far.
Nice job by Tyler to penetrate and find an open man.
Now Flannery takes the drive. Layup no good. EZ gets the rebound over Pride and the putback. And Pride's going to foul out of the ball game. So the bucket is good. That's going to give EZ a chance.
First thing I do is box out.
Yep. 64-63 with 4 minutes remaining. Pride's day is done. Rozier back into the ball game for him. 4 minutes exactly. Murray coming back in. And that one's short off the iron. I think the first one he made was a fluke, maybe, Coach, but
it appears.
That one was short. So Wesleyan still with a 1-point lead, 64-63. Patterson out top of the key. Now they flip it around. It's Ray Tyler. Patterson left wing. High post feed to Rozier. Hands off to Mayberry. Mayberry wanted to take the 3 off the screen, but they closed out too quickly. Now Patterson takes it off the screen and drills it. Finally, 3s start falling for the Bulldogs. 63-67.
If EZ touches the ball, I'm fouling him.
He's got his man down there in Ty Patterson guarding him. Wright takes a short jumper in the lane, no good. Flannery gets the rebound.
Again, we don't box out. We got a break.
They missed the putback, and so Wesleyan gets the rebound after an offensive rebound by Montreat. 3 minutes to play here in overtime. Left side, Mayberry going to try to take it off the dribble between 2 defenders, and he draws the whistle. And so that one's going to be on Rivera, and that will be a 2-shot foul because that's a double bonus. So Mayberry at the line. Again, 13 points so far for him. It's been a very quiet 13 for number 13. And he rattles this one off the rim.
Backboard and in.
Uses everything he can to make that one. 68-63.
They took my strategy out of the game.
EZ checking out. Murray back in for him. Next man will be Moore, I believe, stats-wise. Yep. Both free throws made, and those are huge free throws for Tennessee Wesleyan right there.
It's got to be our biggest lead tonight, isn't it, Jerry?
6-point lead is the biggest for the Bulldogs. Moore trying to take Ray Tyler off the dribble. Kick out to Wright. Steps into a 3, misses it. Rozier battling Murray for the rebound. It'll go to the Bulldogs. Murray just kind of looked like Rozier had it, and Murray came flying in out of nowhere, tied it up. Full court press being shown by Montreat. Patterson to key it in. Gets it into West. He's double teamed in the near corner. Now he'll call a timeout, and that has been needed all night from several different times where they get stuck without the dribble.
Interesting rule change a couple years ago, Jared, is that they don't get a fresh 10 in the back court, from the way I understand it.
That's true.
You still only have six seconds, additional seconds to get the ball in the front court.
It's only a 30-second. We'll stay here with you again. Our next Wesleyan broadcast will be at Reinhardt on Saturday. 2 and 4 o'clock tip-off set for that AAC matchup. McMinn County will be the night before as Ray County comes to town. 6 and 7:30 tip-off for those two games. Still 2:34, but Coach, you're right. I mean, 6 seconds to get it across the time stripe when this press is kind of giving Bulldogs some fits here. Got to be quick and efficient with the passes.
You'd like to use the full shot clock, but you got to get in the front court first.
It'll be Mayberry to key it in. You got Patterson and West in the backcourt. Ray Tyler kind of hovering around the midcourt logo. Well, Montreat, they got to get going. Now they lob it over midcourt to Mayberry right at the 10-second call. Rozier at the high post, gets it to Mayberry on the cut, and Wesleyan looking to bleed some clock here. Circle it back out. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ray Tyler has it picked momentarily. Patterson picks up the loose ball. Short on the three. Does glance the rim, but Moore gets it, and he's going to push the pace up the left side. And he shoves Patterson.
That's offense. He pushed off on the drive, no question.
Yep. And so Moore's going to get called on that one as Peyton West went flying to the baseline, and Pride.
He fouled out.
Yeah, we have Pride at, I had him at 5 fouls.
What we got here?
I've got him at 5.
Jim's got him at 5, doesn't you?
Yep, stats officially have him at 5. Let's see. They're going to say he only had 4. Somebody did, but either way, Kobe Pride's still in the ball game. 1:58 to play and a 6-point lead for Tennessee Wesleyan, their largest of the game. Mayberry catches it in the front court. Ray Tyler in the left corner, and they'll circle it back out above the AAC logo. Essentially going to make Montreat foul them if they need to. Ray Tyler driving, loses the handle, ball's on the ground. Goes out of bounds. It will stay, though. The shot clock at 4. So it'll be a side out. Ray Tyler to key it in. Trying to get it in off a screen to Patterson. Patterson sidesteps a jump, misses the three. Pride gets a big rebound, and it's a jump ball call, and it will send it to Montreat. Wow. I didn't see a jump ball there, but nonetheless, Wesleyan avoids the shot clock violation.
Thought we had a foul.
Bryant will enter. He'll replace Moore.
We get one more stop here, and it could force them to have to start fouling.
Yep.
Important to get stopped first.
1:25 to go. Bounce pass to the high post is to Rivera. West runs into him, but no whistle. Bryant out front, feed inside to Flannery. Now kick out to Murray for 3. It goes up and over the backboard, so it gives it to Tennessee Wesleyan. With 1:09 to play. Needed at least a couple more seconds to roll off that game clock. And here comes the big man Easy in.
That situation where we've got to beat the press.
Patterson gets it into Mayberry, loses the handle.
Turned it over.
Goes right into the hands of Wright. Now Murray gets it open for 3, short. Wright gets the offensive board. This one no good. Murray gets the offensive board. Looked like he had stepped out of bounds, but nonetheless, he makes the putback. The Bulldogs, though, still maintain a 4-point lead with 56.9 remaining. And it's Montreat wanting to talk it over. We'll be back in 60 seconds from James L. Robb. Back in 60.
Come.
Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, where the Bulldogs have it with a 4-point lead, 69-65, 56.9 remaining.
In overtime.
In overtime, that is correct. Free basketball. Bounce pass comes into Ray Tyler. It's deflected out of bounds, though. Only key here is Todd Patterson can't run the baseline.
Now on the spot, correct.
And have to say it is a career day for Ray Tyler. 22 points. That's 2 better than his career high. Patterson calls a timeout. Bulldogs couldn't get it inbounded quick enough. We'll see. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take 30 seconds of it. We'll be back from James L. Robb in 30 seconds. Back here, WJSQ, WLAR, Athens, Tennessee, on the campus of Tennessee Wesleyan University. Jared Wright, Coach Stan Harrison with me. As we are nearing the end of the overtime period, with Wesleyan still clinging to a 4-point lead. It's taken them to the last part of the second half and then the overtime to really get the offense going and getting some stops. And kind of some of that is a credit to the injury for Jordan Mays, who had 29 points to lead all scorers currently. Went down awkwardly and fell, and he is still limping on the baseline or on the sideline. So that has allowed Wesleyan to at least avoid a lot of scoring from Montreat. Patterson now trying to get it inbounds, gets it into Mayberry, whose jersey was being held. West gets the pass, now back to Patterson. It's poked away momentarily as Flannery.
Foul call.
Yep. Flannery will pick up the foul as he came flying into the scorer's table. 4th foul on him, so that'll send Ty Patterson to the stripe. Patterson's first trip there today. Chance to get into double figures for him. That'll be the 4th Bulldog to do so. Montreat has 3 of their own. Patterson from West High School in Knoxville. First free throw for him is good, rattles it in. Every one of those that falls is a little bit more breathing room.
Won a state football championship this year, did they not?
Did. He said, we talked to him during the Union halftime women's game, said it was the first time they'd won it since he was a freshman. I said, well, hey, a lot of schools don't even win one, so the fact you can say you've won 2 in that amount of years is pretty impressive. Makes the second one, it's a 6-point lead, ties their largest of the game. Still just a 2-possession game, though. Murray hits the deck at the top of the key, but it's right with the ball. His drive and circus layup is good, 71-67. 31 seconds, pass deflected. Now, let's see, this one's going to be, I believe it's going to be on Peyton West. Yep.
Put them at the line. They have an opportunity to cut this to 2, and the clock not running.
So it's Flannery at the line, 62% shooter on the season. Just couldn't get the pass. Wesleyan's had a couple of issues getting the ball in. Flannery misses it, though. That's a big miss.
That is big. Now we got to box it out if we miss a second.
28.8 remaining. Flannery makes the second one. 3-point game. Patterson's got to get it in. They're going to take another timeout. That'll be Wesleyan's last timeout of the ball game. That's a big key when they have struggled the last couple of times to get the ball in.
I really like to see us screen away, come back to the ball. We're not doing a whole lot to get open at this point.
With 28.8 remaining, a 3-point lead, we'll stay here through the timeout. And he can still run the baseline even after the timeout because it was a made shot.
That's correct.
That's to the advantage of the inbounders being able to move up and down the line. You've even seen sometimes in the past where you'll kind of flip it and somebody else will run out of bounds and you toss it over to them real quick and try to get it in on a different angle.
We used to use that a lot, and that helps. You got two things that got to make sure happens. That is that the person going from inbounds to out of bounds has got to get completely out of bounds before he receives the ball. And if you're going to give it to the person who inbounded or who threw it, he's got to make sure he gets completely inbounds himself. He's the best person to receive it because oftentimes they won't put anybody on him, or he can cut across the face of the defender and be able to get the ball back. But just don't get in too big a hurry. And just because you pass it to somebody else out of bounds doesn't change the 5 second.
So it will be.
So we got one timeout left.
Okay, they got one timeout. I didn't think that was the case, but we'll give them credit for that one. So it will be Mayberry to inbound at this time. Gets it into Patterson in the corner. Patterson steps through the double team. Flip pass out to West. West up to Ray Tyler, and they're going to say Murray or Wright fouled West before they got the pass away. So at least Wesleyan gets it inbounds. That's on Murray, his third.
We really need to hit at least one of these, Jared, get it to a two-possession game.
Especially with 23.3 remaining. There's no more shot clock. West at the line. Makes the first one. Big free throw there. The next one is big as well. 4-point lead for the number 2 team in the conference. Look at a 5-point lead. 73-68. Wright with it quickly up the floor. Loses the handle. That helps Wesleyan defensively. Now Wright hits the deck. Ball's on the ground. Murray dives for it. West coming away with it. And they're going to get a foul on the floor. Nope, jump ball.
Jump ball to us.
To Wesleyan, so 10.2 remaining. They're still all knotted up. And I definitely thought they were going to get Murray with that one, but nonetheless, it's still Wesleyan's ball. Just got to get it inbounded. Clean up the moisture here.
Whole lot of bodies tangled up on the floor there. Thankfully, everybody got up clean.
Cool heads prevailed on this one. Mayberry is going to be the inbounder once again. Long inbounds pass to Patterson. Patterson has Murray right there on his hip. Now he'll draw the whistle with 6 seconds remaining in a 5-point lead. The senior from Knoxville will go to the line as Flannery will foul out of the ball game, at least by our count. So Ty Patterson at the line. He's in double figures. 1 rebound shy of a double-double. Elisha Mayberry, though, with 15 points and 11 rebounds, has a double-double for the Bulldogs. And this one does fall in for Ty Patterson, 74-68. 6 seconds even remaining. And Patterson makes that one and gives the Bulldogs their largest of the lead of the game at 7. And Wright's going to heave one near the buzzer and missed it. And so the Bulldogs have to use an extra 5 minutes to do it. But they are able to make a thrilling comeback in this Appalachian Athletic Conference matchup and get the win here at home. Pick up their 6th win at home, still undefeated here. Their 9th win in the conference, or in overall, and their 8th win in the conference. The Cavaliers see their 5-game winning streak come to an end, and they go to 5-2 on the road. The Bulldogs win it 75-68. Again, final score 75-68. We'll take a 2-minute break and then bring you some final stats and grab Coach Ray Stone for a post-game interview. Back in 2 minutes.
On Star Regional.
Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, where the Bulldogs and Lady
Come
Bulldogs
see us
earn
at
the
Osmond
sweep.
Flooring for our year-end blowout sale. To make room for the new inventory for the new year. Everything in the store.
Back here from James L. Robb, where the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs earn the sweep against Montreat in Appalachian Athletic Conference play. The women do it convincingly, and the men have to make a comeback, but do it with a 7-point victory, 75-68 against the number 3 team in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Standings currently, as Wesleyan is the number 2 team, and it was a hard-fought ball game that came down to the wire, needed 5 extra minutes to get through it. But nonetheless, Bulldogs never gave up, even being down 10 early in the second half. They got down by as many as 7 with 8:41 remaining. They were able to clip away at the lead of Montreat and take the lead 59-58 with 2 minutes to go. We were tied up twice, of course, one of those being at the end of regulation. But the Bulldogs able to come away with it and use the overtime period to never lose the lead once again and come out with a 7-point victory. As Coach Ray Stone has now joined us. And, Coach, I'm telling you, I don't know if you got a voice left.
I don't.
I didn't think so. You guys never quit. You got down by as many as 10 in the second half, but never withered away. Finally started getting some shots to fall for you and getting some stops defensively.
And that's one of the things that we were working on. We knew they were going to be very aggressive on the offensive end. They were going to look to go downhill and try to score in the lane. And that was one of the main focuses we did coming back, was trying to keep them from getting easy baskets and playing defense without fouling.
I don't know. We talked after the Union game a little bit. Union had a guy that came out of nowhere and put up a career day on you.
Yeah.
Jordan Mays comes out of the ball game with 29 points tonight. Luckily for you all, he kind of went down with an injury, but did you kind of have the radar on him at all, or was that a surprise?
Oh, yeah,
well?
yeah, we definitely did. They had different lineups the last 3 games, so we didn't know which lineup they was going to go with, but we also knew that they were deadly coming off the bench. Their leading scorer was coming off the bench, so we was very aware of that, and just try to focus on us, and we were a little rusty, and like I told them, not making excuses, but we had a lot of mental letdowns tonight, and hopefully we can work on that and get back tuned in.
Not to be overshadowed by that, Ray Tyler has his career day with 22 points on the evening, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Kind of became the hot hand for you down the stretch late in the second half, just creating some offense and pulling off shots that have really become accustomed to him. Reverse layups, circus shots, as I call them. I mean, just outstanding.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's a very creative player. He can get shots off, and like you said, unbelievable shots. Sometimes they just puts the English on the ball and off the glass, and it goes in. So I'm glad he's with us.
that would be a tough guy to defend. It kind of expected this as 2 versus 3 team in the conference standings. Not really at full strength. Jonathan Webb, of course, in street clothes tonight, but this was everything it lived up to be. Needed an overtime period. Did you feel confident when that overtime period came that you all could kind of get over the hump finally?
Well, I knew once we got the game tied or took the lead, that would give us a little bit life, definitely mentally. All right, and then going into overtime, I just told the guys, I said, hey, how bad do you want it? That's what it's going to boil down to. Which guys wanted it. They came out earlier. They wanted it more than we did, and then we actually responded, and we came away with a win.
A tough battle. You stay undefeated here at home, now 6-0 on your home floor against a team that was 5-1 on the road. They play better on the road than they do at their gym, which is good for them. But how do you kind of regroup from this, get your legs back under you as Johnson comes to town Thursday and you go to Reinhardt on Saturday? What do you look for?
I mean, it's a quick turnaround. We're gonna come in tomorrow and get ready for Johnson, watch film on them, and just kind of have a little light practice. Don't want to do too much. We got to turn around and play again the following night. So just enjoy tonight and then get ready tomorrow for the next team.
Coach, I got a couple questions for you. What were you looking to get at the end of regulation?
I was looking to get a basket toward the rim. That way, either we can make it or maybe they can foul us and we can get to the free throw line. I wasn't looking for a 3 in the corner, but it almost went out the glass and went in.
Almost back in.
That's what he said. That's what Coach said.
That's what Jerry and I talked about it. We thought you tried to maybe get something going to the rim, just weren't able to do that.
I just wanted to get a high ball screen with Ray Tyler's one of our better ball handlers. He can go either way and shoots free throws well, and like we said earlier, he can finish around the basket. So that's kind of what we're looking for, and they did a good job defensively, on that ball screen and trapping him to where he couldn't get where he needed to get.
When you started your comeback, there seemed to be a greater sense of urgency on your part on the offensive end. Did you make any kind of adjustment, or did the game dictate that? Did anything particular happen that it seems like we sort of turned it up just a notch or two on the offensive end?
I think just the game. They recognized, and got a little bit more confidence with them. And I told them just take care of the basketball. They're going to be aggressive on defense. They're going to come in, foul. Don't let them get jump balls. And you know how it is. You've coached for a very long time. That momentum's changed, and we didn't have that momentum, 35 minutes of the game. So we got it when we needed it.
That is true. It took all 40 minutes of it and then some to come away with this one, but nonetheless it keeps you in the win column or gets you back into the win column in a tough top of the conference standings there between Union, Wesleyan, and Montreat. Top of the 3 are just outstanding, good athletic ball teams. So, well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us, and congrats on a hard-fought victory of this ball club, and we'll see you on the road for the radio on Saturday down at Reinhardt.
All right. Down the stretch for Montreat. And, free throws were big. They were a big difference in the last 5 minutes and in the overtime.
Wesleyan ends up shooting 36% from the field, Montreat 34%, so they get the better of them there. Behind the arc, it was still a struggle, but 22% from behind the arc for the Bulldogs, knocking down 7 of those. They took 31 three-pointers on the night. 7 of them were enough to pull this one away. They had 18 turnovers to the 15 by Montreat. Montreat did have 25 points off of those 18 turnovers, so that was a big key. Mays having a lot of those. Leading rebounders, both teams with 44 apiece, so they fall even on that one. But again, Mays, the leading scorer for Montreat, and all scores with 29 points. Ray Tyler with 22 points, career high for him, 9 of 17 from the floor, 3 of 6 behind the arc, perfect 1-on-1 at the line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Double-double for Elisha Mayberry with 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 assists to go along with 5 of 12 shooting. 13 points for both Ty Patterson and Kobe Pride. 9 rebounds and 8 rebounds respectively for those two. 6 points for Darius Rozier, 4 for Peyton West, and 2 for Colby Billingsley. That rounds out the individual scoring for the Bulldogs. And that will wrap up our broadcast. Once again, appreciate Coach Rice, McKaylee, Peyton West, and Coach Stone for joining us. I want to say a big thank you to Coach Stan Harrison, who's agreed to step in and help me do these games for radio this year and at home. And I appreciate him and his expertise, the knowledge that you bring.
It's my pleasure. I enjoyed it.
Hey, anything's an upgrade from Matt Harper over there, so we'll give him a hard time on that one. But again, I appreciate you being by my side. Thank you to Handsome Dan and to Will Fletcher back at the station. I know they have had a changeover as we went late in the game, so appreciate both of them for keeping us on the airwaves. Thank you to all of our sponsors once again. And again, we'll be at McMinn County on Friday night for the Ray County game, and then on the road at Reinhardt on Saturday for the next Wesleyan broadcast. But for the WJSQ WLA Sports, this is Jared Wright. Have a great night. Dude, the basketball IQ just increased exponentially.
Been around it
when you're not up
4
here.
years high.
Social media's blowing up. It's got the improvement in the color.